Let's analyse Newport County's start of the season, because I am cautiously positive about what we've seen so far, but there is a long way to go and plenty of room for improvement as well. 4 points from 4 league games, a win against Crawley, a point against Notts County, and back-to-back defeats now, late on at Grimsby, and the 1-0 defeat against Salford in midweek. So 4 points, 4 goals scored, 5 goals conceded. Overall, I think the points return, and I think the performances are fine 4 games in. Remember, this was a team expected by many, including ourselves, to be relegated this season, and they've not nearly been the worst team in League Two, and that's a really positive sign. There have been far poorer teams than Newport County so far, Cheltenham and Shrewsbury in particular on 0 points and 1 point respectively, both with -9 goal difference, not competitive at all. And even if Newport are off the back of back-to-back defeats, you have to say there's been a competitiveness about their play that has kept every single game to either a draw against Notts or within 1 goal. We'll dig into the underlying stats, and look, if you just look at shot data, 36 shots taken by Newport across 4 games, 64 shots faced, 9 shots on target for Newport and 20 faced. So again, like last season, Newport are still a team that face a lot more shots and a lot more shots on target than they take. And on a very basic level, that's obviously not an ideal situation. Nor is it hugely surprising, nor does it need to be a reason for them to be one of the worst teams in the league. There's ways of being efficient, both attacking and defending. And while they aren't taking many shots, Newport are mid-table for expected goals after 4 games this season. Now, drilling down a little bit deeper, it's clear that most of these opportunities and most of the good opportunities and good attacking that Newport have done so far have come from set-piece situations. Lee Jenkins' long throw is a massive weapon, and that should be nothing to apologise for. Just over half of Newport's shots this season have come from set-piece situations. So again, that is something to celebrate. That is not something to be ashamed of, and it is a perfectly good way of creating chances, and actually an excellent way of a team up against it budget-wise to kind of bridge the gap in terms of talent disadvantage to teams above them. Being an excellent set-piece team is a fantastic string to Newport's bow. But of course, it would be better if they were creating more from open play. And what's notable looking at the Opta analyst site is that Newport have the second lowest possession figure in League Two this season. But when they do have the ball, how do they profile in attack? Well, they don't play direct, they don't play much quick counter-attacking football. Opta have a metric called direct speed that measures how quickly teams progress the ball up the pitch when they have it, and Newport are one of the slowest attacking teams in League Two. Now, that isn't necessarily a good or a bad thing in terms of the style, but it has to be effective, whichever attacking style you choose. And at the moment, Newport's attacking style, outside of set pieces, doesn't look like the most effective. It's a team that spends a lot of time out of possession, a lot of time defending, but when they have it, they're not really in a rush. But they're not spending much time in the opposition's defensive third, in their attacking third. They've completed the fewest passes in the final third of any League Two team so far this season. They're not spending much time on the ball in the most dangerous areas. And maybe that's summed up by the fact that Matt Smith, such a good technical operator, he's only completing 18 passes a game, which for your central midfielder is maybe not ideal. There's not much creatively coming from the wing-backs either in terms of creating chances from crosses, and that's a big issue when playing this sort of formation. So I have got some concerns about the way Newport are attacking, and we need to see improvement in attack for sure if they're to continue scoring enough goals basically to pick up points over the next couple of months. But I would say defensively, and in terms of their outer possession shape and the spirit and the character of the defensive side of this team, I'm really positive. I think Hughes has had a big impact on that front, and I think that was absolutely crucial for Newport County's prospects this season. Jenkins looks like a fantastic signing from Haverfordwest and a fantastic addition, both in what he's doing defensively and of course with that long throw as well. Baker looks excellent, which is no surprise, but fantastic to see. And I think a back three of those two, plus the experience of Clark, is pretty good stuff. And when you add to the fact that Nick Zanev has settled in very nicely in goal, and there hasn't been a significant drop-off from Nick Townsend, I think that's probably been the area of the pitch to be most positive about for Newport at the moment. They have the third highest XG against number, which is not ideal. They are facing a lot of shots and a lot of shots on target. They are not putting much pressure on the ball. They are not pressing very much, and they're not creating many high turnovers, giving themselves opportunity by disrupting the opposition. But in terms of their penalty box defending, I do think they're in much better shape than last season. So clear improvement needed at the top of the pitch, and maybe that's where we'll see a couple of additions. Kai Whitmore's been the biggest goal threat this season, scoring against Crawley, having 7 shots, which is more than anyone else in the squad at this point, but he's picked up an injury, and that front line struggling to make an impact individually and struggling to form partnerships so far. That's Baker Richardson, Camwa, Garner and Reindorf. We've only seen flashes really from these individuals, and as a partnership we're still working out, I think, the best duo at the top of the pitch. So lots to improve on, particularly in attack, but overall I'm taking positives from David Hughes' first month of matches as Newport County manager. I think it would have been too much to expect them to be a sparkling attacking team, creating tons of chances while also being tighter at the back. And I think being tighter at the back was the more important area for improvement. And I've seen certain signs that the squad looks sturdier and the team looks better on that front. There are some concerns about the amount of shots that they are facing still. I'd love to see that number come down over the next 4 games. And certainly we'd want to see some better attacking play. But I guess overall, I'm broadly positive from what I've seen from David Hughes, and I'd love to know what Newport County fans think about my analysis of the team and about Hughes and the start to the season in general. 4 points from 4 games. What do you make of it, and what do you expect over the next month's worth of games? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to the DragonSports channel for the best coverage of Newport County, Swansea City, Cardiff City, Wrexham as well. DragonSports.co.uk is the place to go for all the best dedicated Welsh sports news with no ads.